Your soulmate's marriage confession left people speechless. My beloved child, your soulmate never planned to make this confession. In fact, they tried to avoid the conversation for as long as possible. But one unexpected moment changed everything. A simple discussion about marriage suddenly became deeply personal, and all eyes turned toward them. Nobody expected what happened next. The room grew quiet as your soulmate took a deep breath and finally spoke from the heart. Don't skip, because this was the beginning of a truth that had been hidden for a very long time. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. The words they shared carried a weight that nobody could ignore, and the reaction from everyone around them was immediate. What shocked people the most was not just the confession itself, but the certainty behind it. Your soulmate admitted that every time they imagined their future, one person kept appearing in their thoughts. No matter how hard they tried to focus on other possibilities, their heart always returned to the same place. The people listening exchanged surprised looks because they had never heard your soulmate speak this openly before. Some thought they were joking. Others believed there had to be more to the story. But as they continued speaking, it became clear that these feelings were real, deep, and impossible to hide any longer. Don't skip. The biggest revelation had not even arrived yet. Then came the moment that left everyone speechless. Someone asked your soulmate a direct question about marriage, expecting a simple answer. Instead, they revealed something that completely changed the atmosphere. Their voice became emotional as they admitted that their vision of happiness had always been connected to a certain future they secretly hoped for. The room fell silent. Nobody interrupted. Nobody knew what to say. It felt as if time had stopped for a few seconds. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. What your soulmate revealed next would make this confession even more unforgettable, and nobody present was prepared for what they were about to hear. A surprising silence filled the room after that confession, but the story did not end there. In fact, that was the moment everything became even more emotional. Your soulmate could see the reactions on people's faces, yet they chose not to take back a single word. Instead, they continued speaking with a level of honesty that nobody expected. Don't skip, because what happened next revealed how long these feelings had truly been growing. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. The people listening realized they were witnessing a side of your soulmate that had remained hidden for years. Every sentence carried emotion, and every detail seemed to answer questions nobody had dared to ask before. Then your soulmate revealed that there had been moments when they tried to move forward and ignore what their heart was telling them. They convinced themselves that time would make everything easier. They thought distance would change their feelings. But every attempt led them back to the same realization. Deep inside, they could not imagine a future built on anything less than genuine connection. As these words were spoken, the atmosphere became heavier. Some people looked down in thought. Others listened without blinking, afraid to miss a single detail. Don't skip. This was no longer just a conversation about marriage. It had become a confession about destiny, hope, and feelings that refused to disappear. Just when everyone believed they had heard the most important part, your soulmate shared one final detail that changed the entire mood of the room. They admitted that there was a specific reason they could never fully let go of these emotions. It was not because of a promise. It was not because of pressure. It was because something deep inside them continued to believe that a meaningful chapter had not yet been written. The room became completely silent again. Nobody rushed to respond. Nobody knew what words could follow such honesty. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. The next revelation would explain why this confession left people talking long after the conversation was over. An unexpected feeling settled over everyone after hearing those words. It was no longer simple curiosity. People wanted to know why your soulmate spoke with such confidence when talking about the future. The answer slowly began to unfold. Your soulmate explained that there had been countless moments when they tried to ignore the signs pulling them toward these feelings. They stayed busy. They distracted themselves. They convinced themselves that life would take them in a different direction. Yet somehow, every path seemed to bring them back to the same thought. Don't skip, because this is where the story becomes even more powerful. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. The more they shared, the clearer it became that this confession had been building inside them for a very long time. Then your soulmate revealed something that nobody in the room expected to hear. They admitted that there were nights when they quietly reflected on everything that had happened in their life, and one realization kept appearing again and again. Certain people come and go, but some connections leave a mark that never truly fades. The room became completely focused on every word. Nobody checked their phone. Nobody looked away. It felt as though everyone understood they were witnessing a once-in-a-lifetime moment of honesty. The emotions behind the confession were impossible to fake. Even those who had doubts before were beginning to see how serious this truly was. Don't skip. The most surprising part is still ahead. As the conversation continued, someone asked what gave your soulmate the courage to finally speak. A gentle smile appeared on their face before they answered. They said there comes a point when hiding the truth becomes more difficult than admitting it. That answer left the room silent once again. People could feel the sincerity behind those words. This was not about impressing anyone. This was not about creating a dramatic moment. This was about finally being honest with themselves. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. What your soulmate revealed next would explain why this marriage confession became the one story nobody could stop talking about afterward. What happened next was the moment that truly left everyone speechless. Until now, people had been listening with curiosity, but suddenly they realized there was much more beneath the surface. Your soulmate explained that this confession was not based on a recent feeling or a sudden decision. It came from years of quiet reflection, unanswered questions, and emotions they could never completely ignore. The room felt different. The energy had changed. Nobody expected such depth behind their words. Don't skip, because the biggest turning point is getting closer. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. Every person present could sense that your soulmate was finally revealing the truth they had hidden from almost everyone. Then your soulmate shared a memory that nobody knew about. They spoke about a moment when they realized their feelings were far stronger than they had admitted to themselves. It was not a grand event. It was not something dramatic. It was a simple realization that quietly changed everything. From that day forward, they started viewing the future differently. They began questioning whether certain connections enter our lives for a reason. The people listening became completely absorbed in the story. Some looked emotional. Others seemed shocked by how open your soulmate had become. Don't skip. Each word was revealing another piece of a puzzle that had remained hidden for far too long. As the conversation reached a deeper level, someone asked if they were afraid of sharing all of this. Your soulmate paused before answering. They admitted that fear had kept them silent for a long time, but they no longer wanted fear to make decisions for them. That answer created another wave of silence across the room. It was a moment of honesty that nobody could ignore. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. What your soulmate revealed after this answer would make everyone understand why this marriage confession became unforgettable and why people continued talking about it long after the conversation had ended. A feeling of anticipation spread through the room as your soulmate continued speaking. By now, everyone understood that this was not an ordinary confession. Every sentence seemed to reveal something deeper than the last. Your soulmate explained that there was a time when they believed keeping their feelings hidden was the safest choice. They thought silence would protect them from disappointment. They thought avoiding the truth would make life simpler. But the opposite happened. The longer they stayed silent, the louder those feelings became inside their heart. Don't skip, because what they revealed next changed the entire direction of the conversation. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. Then your soulmate admitted that they had spent a long time wondering whether certain people are meant to cross our path for a reason. They spoke about unexpected moments, strange coincidences, and memories that never seemed to fade no matter how much time passed. The room became completely still as they described how some connections continue to feel important even when life becomes complicated. Nobody interrupted. Nobody wanted to break the moment. The honesty in their voice was impossible to ignore. People who had once doubted their feelings were now beginning to understand how real they truly were. Don't skip. The most emotional part of this confession was still ahead. As everyone listened closely, your soulmate revealed that their greatest regret was not speaking sooner. They admitted there were opportunities when they could have shared what was in their heart, but fear convinced them to stay quiet. Looking back, they realized those moments could never be repeated. That realization carried a powerful emotion that everyone in the room could feel. A deep silence followed. Some people looked surprised. Others seemed moved by the vulnerability they were witnessing. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. The next truth your soulmate shared would explain why this confession became impossible for anyone present to forget. A deep silence remained in the room after that admission. Nobody expected your soulmate to be this open, yet they were not finished. It was almost as if years of unspoken emotions were finally finding a voice. Your soulmate explained that there were moments when they tried to convince themselves that everything would eventually fade away. They believed time would erase the feelings they carried. But instead, every passing season seemed to strengthen them. The more they learned about life, the more certain they became about what truly mattered. Don't skip, because the next revelation made people look at each other in complete disbelief. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. Then your soulmate revealed something they had never shared publicly before. They admitted that whenever conversations about marriage came up, one thought always appeared in their mind. It happened so consistently that they could no longer ignore it. No matter how much they focused on practical decisions or outside opinions, their heart kept returning to the same vision of happiness. The people listening were stunned because this was not the answer they expected. They thought your soulmate would speak about timing, plans, or circumstances. Instead, they spoke about connection, trust, and a feeling that refused to disappear. The room became completely focused on every word. Don't skip. What came next carried even greater weight. As the conversation reached its most emotional point so far, your soulmate shared a realization that changed everything. They said that real feelings do not grow stronger because they are easy, they grow stronger because they survive uncertainty. That statement left everyone speechless. Nobody rushed to respond because the truth behind those words was impossible to deny. For a few moments, the room was filled with nothing but silence and reflection. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. The final pieces of this confession were about to be revealed, and they would explain why people continued talking about this moment long after the conversation had ended. The atmosphere felt completely different now. What began as a simple discussion had turned into a moment nobody would ever forget. Your soulmate looked around the room and realized that everyone was waiting for one final explanation. Why had these feelings remained so strong for so long? Why were they willing to reveal everything now? After a long pause, they finally answered. They explained that some truths become impossible to hide when they continue showing up in your thoughts, your dreams, and your hopes for the future. The people listening could feel the sincerity in every word. Don't skip, because the most powerful part of this confession is unfolding right now. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. Then your soulmate shared a realization that caught everyone off guard. They admitted that they had spent years searching for certainty in different places, only to discover that the answer had been sitting quietly in their heart all along. It was not about perfection. It was not about having every detail of the future figured out. It was about recognizing a connection that continued to feel meaningful no matter how much life changed. As these words filled the room, several people lowered their heads in thought. Others simply stared in silence. Nobody expected such honesty. The confession had gone far beyond marriage. It had become a story about trust, patience, and believing in something deeper than fear. Don't skip. One final revelation is still ahead. Just when everyone thought the conversation was coming to an end, your soulmate revealed the reason they would never forget this moment. They said that speaking the truth felt like removing a weight they had carried for far too long. For the first time in years, they felt free to be completely honest about what they wanted and what they hoped for. The room remained silent, but it was a different kind of silence now, one filled with understanding. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. The final chapter of this confession would reveal the reaction nobody expected and the reason this story continued spreading long after that unforgettable day. The final moments of the conversation were unlike anything anyone expected. By now, every person in the room understood they had witnessed something rare. Your soulmate had not simply talked about marriage. They had revealed the deepest truth they had been carrying inside. As the conversation seemed ready to end, one person finally spoke and asked a question that nobody else had the courage to ask. The room instantly became quiet again. All eyes turned toward your soulmate. Don't skip, because this final answer changed everything. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. The response that followed would become the reason people remembered this confession for a very long time. Your soulmate took a slow breath and answered with complete honesty. They explained that life had taught them many lessons, but one lesson stood above all the others: real connections cannot be forced, forgotten, or replaced simply because circumstances become difficult. Those words carried so much emotion that nobody interrupted. Nobody looked away. For a moment, it felt as though time itself had stopped. The people listening realized they were hearing the truth directly from the heart of someone who had finally stopped hiding. The confession was no longer about fear, uncertainty, or hesitation. It was about clarity. It was about finally understanding what truly mattered. Don't skip. The final reaction left an even bigger impact than the confession itself. As the conversation came to a close, something remarkable happened. Instead of questions, there was silence. Instead of doubt, there was understanding. The people in that room looked at your soulmate differently than they had before because they had witnessed genuine honesty. Long after the conversation ended, people continued talking about the courage it took to speak those words. They remembered the emotion, the sincerity, and the powerful truth behind the confession. And that is why your soulmate's marriage confession left people speechless, not because it was shocking, but because it was real. Stay till the end of this journey, because something huge is waiting for you. Sometimes the most unforgettable moments are the ones where a heart finally tells the truth it has been protecting for far too long.